this opportunity, we're going to talk about another type of reading that is called intensive reading. We, in the previous lessons, we talked about extensive reading, but now it's intensive reading. It's really completely different. Intensive reading refers to reading short texts with clear goals. So intensive reading has a purpose. The purpose is to answer specific questions, reading comprehension questions, and the goal is not to read for fluency. Is not to read because you want to read something, because you want to read your favorite book. It's because you need to do it. You need to comprehend the text to get deeper understanding of it. Include learning subject matters, for example, specific topics related to a specific subjects, for example, technical ones. In this case, if we are giving an example of this, it could be for medicine. You are talking about a specific subject, medicine. You read some paragraphs about it. Examples of this are newspaper articles, journal, magazine articles, short stories, chapters of books but short chapters, Wikipedia articles, and materials supplied by your teacher. So basically, intensive reading is the material that the teacher wants you to read. I'm going to choose it, not the students. The teacher is going to choose it because it's technical and it's specific. What are some characteristics of it? The purpose is for understand the literal meaning of the text. It is not because, as I said, it's not for pleasure. It is because you need to get deeper understanding of the text. Literal meaning, comprehension questions, main ideas, inferences. That is intensive reading. Material selections and recommended by the teacher. As I said, the teacher is the one that is going to choose the type of materials. The material types, short texts. They are not longer texts. Okay, they are not novels, they are not encyclopedias, they are short passages, short texts, or articles. It says short texts are no more than 500 words, okay? It's going to be short, it's basically 1 page long. It's helpful in developing reading skills, vocabulary, and grammatical knowledge. It is because it's specific and it's really intensive. You need to create deeper understanding, vocabulary skills, and grammar knowledge. Use of the dictionary, yes, it says. You can use a dictionary. You can have a dictionary next to you when you are doing intensive reading. For getting, for look to the specific non-vocabulary words. The exposure to concentrate when you are doing intensive reading. So it's really time consuming. So you need to be focused. You need to concentrate yourself when you are doing it. You probably shouldn't do intensive reading more than 30 minutes, as I said. It is because you need to get understanding. You need to look for vocabulary things, grammar points, etc. You need to do this strategy only 30 minutes. Stop and then continue another 30 minutes more. But if you do it for 3-4 hours, it's going to be really exhausting. And the focus, linguistic or semantic details of the reading, like grammar, discourse markers, the key vocabulary. As I said, the focus is that. Get it deeper understanding of details, grammar points, and another type of things like vocabulary and questions, specific questions. How to do it? Like as I said, you have to be aware of those unfamiliar words, underline or circle those specific words that you don't know. But don't stop the flow of your reading. As I said, you can make notes, underline or circle, but don't stop. You're going to look for those words at the end. And it's relatively easy to understand the text. You only have to highlight or make brief notes, okay? That's why you have to do it like in the annotation process. You need to have a specific section when you have to write down comments about the reading. And you have, if the text is difficult, you have to read it once and 2 times. It doesn't matter. And be alert of main ideas. So every single paragraph, every single sentence has a main idea. When you finish, go back and look for the unfamiliar word. As I said, when you read it, you identify the words that you don't know. So after you finish the reading, you have to look for the dictionary and find the definitions of those words that you don't know. And write down the biographic information. You have to investigate by your own. There are some specific things that you don't know, or specific names, the names of the author, or some things that you need to look for on the website, so you need to do it by yourself. This is like an example, guys. It's like a TOEFL paragraph. When we are talking about a specific topic, it is a technical topic maybe is about neuroscience, or it's about scientific things, medicine. It could be. So we are talking about IQ, intelligence. So this is short. We only have 3 paragraphs and no more than 200 words. So what are some advantages and disadvantages of this? The advantages is that you learn a lot of vocabulary, you learn about grammar structures, and you get deeper understanding, and you create or to develop a greater control of your language, so you understand better English if you do this. You check the degree of comprehension for individuals. So because this is an individual activity, you learn by yourself, you get concentrate, you get focus, and you develop that degree of reading comprehension that is really high. The disadvantages are that there's a little actual practice of reading because it's a small amount of text. As I said, it's just 1 page long, so you are not reading too much. You only are reading 1 page. So you are reading in a class with multi-reading ability tests. The students may not be able to read at their own level. For example, if the teacher is choosing the text, the teacher is going to choose a text that sometimes is going to be a really high level, and maybe you as a student, you don't have the level to understand that text, so it's going to be difficult. And sometimes the texts are not interesting for you because of that, because the teacher chooses them. There is a little chance to learn language patterns due to a small amount of text. The same thing, you are not going to learn thousands of vocabulary because the texts are short. Exercises and assessments usually follow intensive reading. Students might come to associate reading with testing and not for pleasure. This type of reading, you as a student, you said, oh no, I'm going to have questions after this reading. So for you, it's like taking an exam, because almost in all the cases when you are doing intensive reading, at the end you have questions. So for you, it's like taking an exam. You are not doing it because of pleasure. You are doing it because it's an activity that the teacher assigns to you. So this is basically the advantages and disadvantages. Like everything in life, have positive and negative things. So this is the topic for this this week, guys, and it's basically, it has to deal with annotation also. We are going to practice annotation and also intensive reading at the same time.